Why I hate automechs. They're so high maintenance.
Investigator.
Doctor's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching a solution.
Happy Thanksgiving, bud. Very grateful for you, man. Yeah, man. So far, so good. Ate a shit ton of food. What are you having? What's on your plate for Thanksgiving? What'd you guys cook up?
And may the plan guide you.
How about now? Is that better? Can make sure to speak into the mic. Cool. Yeah, no, my Thanksgiving's been pretty good. Ate a shit ton of food. Got a little drink going on. Playing some Outer Worlds too. So I'm blessed, man. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What do you guys usually have? What are you eating? Nice. I know you're eating good then. Yeah, I know you're eating good. I definitely caught the itis for a little bit. For sure.
May all your theories prove true.
May may circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
Always account for standard deviation.
Investigator.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Yeah, mac and cheese goes crazy. That's a pretty staple. Me and Terrell were talking about it. It's either mac and cheese or like my family likes lasagna sometimes. Lasagna goes pretty crazy. My mom made cheese potatoes au gratin, so that was actually a very interesting take. We've never done that for Thanksgiving before, but with the turkey, it went pretty well.
And may the plan guide you.
Yeah, I'm not a big ham guy. And if I'm gonna do sandwiches like that, like it has to be very thin slices of ham, you know? I appreciate good ham, but not like the super thick slices. Like I need very thin slices. I hope so. I have not spoken to him today. I was with him yesterday though, and we were chilling for a little bit. We smoked a couple L's, and yeah, we ate some food and we had a good time. I was with the beginning of him making some candied yams, and that was pretty fire.
And may the plan guide you.
Always account for standard deviation.
Yes, suppose you'll do. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. What else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
Oh shit.
gas is still on, I see. Guess I must wait for a specialist after all. No reward for you.
Oh yeah.
Ah, you're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Zeranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it. With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries. Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory. I am greatly grateful you were helpful and effective. Farewell. This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operations, can't miss it, unless you do. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
investigator.
Oh, hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. Svoboda has clearance, but not the know-how. I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a bit. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufactory button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I'm not involved.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda. I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it.
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
I don't know what you found, but any so-called evidence was likely laid there for someone to discover. By a party with years spent in hiding. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
It would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but beggars and choosers.
The Proctor left her terminal on. Maybe it holds some sign of who she was working for. The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look.
Yo. What up?
be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, ill suits me. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Sure, I could use a few ticks off my feet. Leg has been aching a bit. But hey, you need me, you know where to find me. And don't let that one stray outside your peripherals, if you take my meaning.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place. Not entirely surprised I had to abandon my cover identity earlier. Knew there was a risk if I took action, but when the attack on the outpost opportunity occurred, I had no choice. I do so hope you'll forgive my thoroughly convincing deception, dear. I'm not so sure Proctor Svoboda was capable of crashing cargo pods into additional Antes installations. Still glad I stopped it. I'm not hearing a question. Sometimes, with purpose. Don't you as well? Do you draw some moral distinction between avenging harm and nipping it in the bud beforehand? Between covert and overt means? When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? Had a sense you felt that way. We'll see if situations force that to change. Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion, others more overt influence. Now and again, more direct means were required. May all our travails add to the equation.
Ought to keep moving, Commander. Ought to keep moving, Commander.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Cloister is looking... Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Thus, if we compare the rates of...
I still don't get it, Pure.
How do you feel, darling?
Like a Gorvid.
How do you feel, darling?
I still don't get it, Piotr.
There is an art to
Go through it again.
Alas, I am among sons.
I'd say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore. We all had reasons to leave.
Really? Great. Don't tell me you're one of those drones from Auntie's Choice.
Easy, friend. All in this together.
You just keep your distance.
Ow! Oh. My noggin sure is sore.
Where do we go now? What happened to this place? What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side.
Are you going to be a problem?
I suppose I can give you the time of day. Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and the Order is at the mercy of their predictions. Not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves unless an equation tells them to.
Yes. You may peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily, for my sake.
My time is yours, for now. Good. Check in with me once you've made significant progress. As with probability, there is an art to mediation, and it requires a well-rounded perspective. Besides what I've already told you, to put it gently, disorganized, which is irregular for a group that prides itself on mathematical acumen. But with effort, patience, and collaboration, I am confident that Matriarch's Mercy will soon be a haven for the displaced.
Thank the architect. I knew you'd be back. Well, really, it was the seer that knew, but it is always nice to have his predictions confirmed. I can tend to your injuries, provided you have the bits to compensate me for my time and skill. We're short on everything, I'm afraid, including generosity. Many thanks. Now, hold still. You might experience some momentary discomfort. Right as rain. Now, will there be anything else? My supplies are running low, but then again, so are my bits. Very well. Suppose I can't help anyone if I'm poor.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more questions.
No updates on my side of things. Anything I can do to assist you? Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis. Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine. Both, I should hope. We've been collaborating for many years, and, plan willing, for many more to come. Especially given how very uncertain life in the colony has become. That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varric, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Where do we go now? What happened to this place? Law. Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time. Just trying to cheer you up.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? By calculating the position of every atom in the universe, we can predict the future, control reality, and ascend to a state.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former antis like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenburg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. Go on. You take care now. You hear?
Keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how? Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders, the Order defecting, there's no putting this rat back into the can.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
Wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed.
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain key variables, upsetting the mock apple cart, as it were, how do you feel,
start to
darling?
grasp the
Like a
potential
Gorvid's
range
got its
of
hands
disruption.
around my lungs and keep squeezing. We're going if to we factor for random elements offsetting certain key variables, upsetting the mock apple cart, as it were, we start to grasp the potential.
You ever cough so hard your ankles hurt? I'll try not to sneeze on you, but no promises.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the...
Look, I'm not with Aunt. Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
My noggin sure is sore.
Relax. You're among friends.
Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Cloister. The grand plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe.
Oh, a visitor. Without notice. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done and told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. I mean, if you want an exact estimate or percentage, talk to them. As for me, I just got that, what do you call it? Anecdotal feedback. A few times, I couldn't make heads or tail of half of it. Like, avoid anything representing whole numbers? I didn't know what to do about that. So I just stayed put. End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well enough. You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, you know? Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve.
What happened to this place? Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
With an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable chapters.
Have only a watered-down revision of order philosophy.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Algorithmic dissonance? Don't believe the sound of it. How could something be incalculable? Why, the very idea is preposterous.
The plan is always in motion, so move along.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return?
With soup, as with life, the ratio of
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history to exclude our teachings.
Never happened with the Order, where our predictions help guide our people's lives with peak efficiency. From cradle...
Go on. You take care now. You hear?
Ruth Bassar is the first among equals of the Laureate Council. She will raise humanity to perfection.
I hope you bring me good tidings.
Please, keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? Matriarch's Mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered the displaced access to our weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. I believe my services will be increasingly sought after the more of the displaced learn of our methods. Vicar Orendi, for instance, is assiduously occupied with such efforts. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well. We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. More what to watch out for, advisement on adhering to the plan, forecasts of probabilistic dangers, elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. The former are generalized forecasts for groups or settlements. The latter are more specialized to individuals and take far more time to calculate. Usually some are handled by one of the more senior seers in a region, but with Seer Wiley's days taken up advising the abbots and other things, this responsibility falls to me. Regrettably, I have built up a bit of a sizable backlog. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's Mercy, We all must do the best we can with limited means. Well, I do believe you're needed elsewhere. Farewell.
The paradigm is a the Protectorate have only been told a watered-down revision of Order philosophy.
Some people think soup doesn't qualify as a meal. Those people are incorrect.
I still don't get it, Pyotr.
How do you feel, darling?
Like a Gorvid's got its hands around my lungs and keeps squeezing.
We're going to get
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain key variables, upsetting the mock apple cart, as it were, we start to grasp the potential range of disruption.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Oyster is looking pretty good.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order?
Welcome back. I assume you're not here for that debate. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? Merely a precaution against calamity. Based off certain predictions, I agree with Seer Wiley that it is best to avoid those areas for now. But we are providing for them, as best we can, given our limited resources. Turning them away would be an act of far greater cruelty. Apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean? Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order is operating within a very reasonable framework to provide as much aid as it can. Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred study, advancing our understanding of the plan. We cannot jeopardize that vital work all for the comfort of a few. I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Please, let us move on to less controversial topics.
paradigm is a self-centered derivative take on the
Thus, if we compare...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. The invaders?
You came at us from the scrapper side? You must be more than a mite brave. Or foolish.
Why am I standing so close to this uranium? Hazard pay, of course. And I ain't even started bleeding from the ears yet.
All charged up. Fortificator is charged. Back and scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your Scoporpificator at ready status. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Have a fix on their weaknesses. Back in business. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Me is strategically.
fuck? I spied some books with interesting covers in your room, Marisol. Don't suppose you ever lend them out?
Oh, you'd hardly be interested, dear. They're about Gaussian functions, atomical electrodynamics, very few illustrations. Not for lay people.
I don't know. That electrodynamics one sounds like a page-turner. Always found the volatility of minute fundamental forces fascinating during the science classes of my medical training.
Well, well, it appears I've misreckoned you, dear. Please borrow whatever tickles your academical fancy. I've a book on gravitational effects on ballistics you might find riveting.
And useful. I wouldn't mind learning more about them Gaussian functions, too. Good bunk time reading. Appreciate it, Marisol.
Spread, illnesses, and eventual control of the purple berry parasite. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 begins here. Hello. For the record, my name is Marie.
Initiate Carrington. Audio log entry 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. specifically to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
This place used to be a thriving hub of experimental science. I'm afraid to see the state it's in now. Yeah.
Well, these cultists ain't dumb. First thing you do after seizing an objective is bar the front door. But there's always another way inside. Nothing honest about this fight, from the look of it.
We can hear those wriggly little grub fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can chop them off.